All right, Brett Allen here with the Brett Allen Show, chatting with Liana Liberato about Based on a True Story, Season 2. Thank you for hanging out today. I appreciate it. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, thank you so much. Likewise.
Well, how fun is this to have a Season 2 of anything and to be able to come back and tell more story? This is such a good season, such a good series, and I think when people watch, they'll absolutely just be thrilled because it's so good.
Oh, thank you. I certainly hope so. We had so much fun making it. We have such an amazing group of writers and our showrunner Annie and our cast is fantastic and I certainly hope that the audience feels the enthusiasm from us.
Yeah, no, I definitely think so. So interestingly, you get to come back and you get to tell more story. I'm curious to know, how does that feel as an actor to know that, hey, this is continuing on and you get to not only, tell new stories, but also fill us in, from cliffhangers and that sort of thing. Because I think that's fun too, as somebody who consumes and watches the series.
Yeah, it's great. It's certainly a privilege. I mean, you know, I really haven't done much television, and so it's really cool and fun to get to live with a role for this long, and hopefully longer. Normally when you're on a movie, you know the beginning, middle, and end, and then you say goodbye to the story and the character, and it's fun. It's fun with this show specifically because one, it's so off the rails and you never know which direction they're gonna take it, and it's cool to get to know the character more, and you're kind of learning on the fly. When we got another season, I had no idea where they were gonna take Tori, and it was fun for me to get to discover that.
Yeah, so having played this character now for a while, as you mentioned, living with it, what are some things that you perhaps have learned about yourself that might be similar to the character that you play? On the positive, obviously, but or maybe not. There may be two completely different people. I think when you do get to play a character for this long, maybe you start to identify with them in different sort of ways.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I'm sure that with time and hindsight, I will discover a lot of things I've learned, but I know that something that I pulled from my personal life that I was able to apply to Tori's story is, and it's not obviously exact because Tori's choices are crazy,
Yeah.
but and most people can agree, we can do some very questionable things when we love someone, and I think I I was able to use those past experiences and to sort of justify and understand Tori more.
I love that. Well, no spoilers, obviously, for people watching and listening, but what can people expect? What are you most excited about for fans to learn about Tori that we didn't know before? Obviously, we don't want to give anything away, but there
Yeah.
are some fun things that we get to figure out as time moves along.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely a lot. I think you're gonna see a pretty big evolution in Tori. The person that you met in season one is not the person that you're really gonna see in season two, and such is life. When life happens, you change and evolve, and you're definitely gonna see a lot of that in Tori. She's gonna be challenged in ways that you wouldn't expect.
I love it. Well, congratulations. Um,
Thank you.
you mentioned one last question here. This is a television is new for you in some senses. You've done a lot of films. Just out of curiosity, the nerd side of people watching and listening, like does you obviously enjoy working, but have you learned things about doing episodic television that have changed you as an actor, as a storyteller, perhaps maybe that give you a different perspective versus a film where you're off somewhere for a few months and you, as you said at the beginning, you kind of know how it's all going to play out, but week to week, you might not know where your character is going to wind up, so to speak.
Yeah, I think that something that I've learned is to have a bit of a loose grip on with your place in the story and your place on set. You know, it's a constant collaboration, and we're lucky enough to have writers and our showrunner Annie and our cast where we every day can come together and be like, I don't know if this works. Can we try it this way? Or, oh, I love this. Can we lean more into that? And I'm looking forward to taking that with me and bringing that sort of confidence in myself and when it comes to like the understanding of my character. And, you know, there's a sense of ownership in the show and your character that I feel like sometimes you don't get the opportunity to lean into in film, and I'm excited to explore that more in my career moving forward.
I love it. Well, congratulations on this great project, season two. Thank you so much for your time, Liana. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you so much. Likewise.
Take care. Thank you so much.
You too.